Good evening. How are we all? Back again. Surprise myself every week to make it back here. And looking forward to tonight, talking about manifestation and how we can start manifesting things into our lives. And also, it is the winter solstice today, if you are in the southern hemisphere. Let me know when you're all coming on board. Say good day, good evening. Ooh. So the winter solstice today, we have had the least amount of daylight today. It is the darkest day of the year, and then tomorrow, as of tomorrow and every day forward, we start to get a little bit more light back and a little bit more light back. So that winter solstice, just that peak, and then we start moving forward again. Evening, Katie. Hello, Jen. Oh, Jen, I have questions for you. I did see your message. So talking about manifestations tonight, and like I just mentioned, thought I would start off a little bit about the winter solstice. So you may have felt that energy a little bit too. I don't know about all of you, but had a little bit of a slump of energy these last few days, especially over the weekend as well. A lot of inner work kind of going on. Maybe that's a bit of hibernation that we feel during winter, but all tasks felt a little bit harder. But that's okay. That happens sometimes, and we can all feel it. Good evening, Emily. Look forward to seeing you this weekend at the workshop. Hello, James, Tamika. I love seeing everyone's familiar names coming up. Get to hang out with all of my friends tonight, which is fantastic. And you guys get to hang out with each other as well, because we can all see the comments. So tonight we're going to talk about manifestation and a little bit about the winter solstice. And if you do celebrate the winter solstice, let me know. Let me know how you do that. And if you're also familiar with manifestation, or you have ways that you do manifest, let me know the different ways that you do that as well. Hello, Sharon. How are you? And Charlotte. So good to see everybody here. And thank you to all of you that do watch from YouTube, of course. Jumping over from Facebook, you will see on YouTube now, I have found YouTube Shorts. So I'm going to start putting up daily card reads and things like that on my YouTube as well. And you can find me at Raven Cooper 333, of course, on YouTube. And please keep sending your questions in. I got a heap of questions this week through the email, which I'm going to dig into next week, because I'd already kind of picked the topic for tonight, but I'm really keen to get all those questions answered in the future. So manifestation, let's talk about it. There's quite a few things we need to talk about here, and I know I did put in the poster that it was going to be 5 simple tips. I think I've probably got a few more than that I'll probably add in along the way. So manifestation, I guess that's that thing where a lot of people go, I've been wishing for First Division Lotto for 20 years and I haven't won it yet. Why haven't I received it? If law of attraction or manifestation is a real thing. A couple of things there. Often when we are wishing or hoping for something, we don't actually believe we can achieve it. So being careful with our wording. And also, you can ask to win First Division Lotto. However, do remember there's probably 24, 25, whatever it is, million Australians also trying to win First Division Lotto this week. So it's a long queue to join. I don't know how people go sometimes manifesting maybe second or third division, or maybe it's about just manifesting the amount that you need for something. Even though I don't particularly like adding dollar value or a dollar amount to what I'm trying to manifest. I think the key for me with manifestation is taking away as many barriers as I can for the universe to be able to deliver it. So like we said, if you're just sitting there every week going, I just need to win First Division Lotto, then we're really niching it down to that's the only way we're asking the universe to bring that in for us. So if we can start thinking outside the box with our manifestation, I think that helps as well. Also, when it comes to manifestation, I'm a big believer in the universe is going to listen to your heart, not so much your head. It's what you believe you deserve, what you believe you can have is normally what you can manifest. If you're that generation, a bit like me, And I often use a cake as an example. If you went round to somebody's house and there was a cake on the table, you never asked for a slice. You always waited, for someone to ask you if you'd like one. You never took the last piece. You'd very rarely take a second piece. So quite often in manifestation, we're asking for the bare minimum. Sometimes we're like, oh, I just need to make enough money to pay the rent. I just need to make enough money to pay the rent. And then we only ever make enough money to pay the rent. I don't think there's limits when it comes to manifestation and what we can manifest for ourselves. I think what can be limiting is what you believe you deserve. And that's when self-love comes into it, how you see yourself, what you think you deserve in life. So that can be quite difficult getting past those blockages and those barriers. You might want to manifest becoming a teacher. However, if you don't believe you can do it, if you think it's impossible, then that's actually what you're manifesting and you're putting out there. You're sort of saying, I really want to be a teacher, but it's impossible for me to do that. Or it's going to be really hard for me to do that. The universe is just listening to your direct words. It doesn't get sarcasm, okay, at all. So please don't ever be, what it's like when you're like, oh, could today get any worse? Like, I don't dare the universe for stuff. Not often anyway, because it doesn't tend to work well for me. So I think firstly, when it comes to manifestation, what is it that you want? Then what is it that you really want? Sometimes it's about, okay, I need $1,500 for something. How can that come in? And often I'll say to the universe, hey, Deb, I'll say to the universe, I need this money for this. Can you please help me manifest it? I need it to come in. And it may come in a few different ways. That 1,500 might come in with 400 from here and 300 from there and little bits from different places. But what I have done is I've left it wide open for the universe to be able to bring it to me in many ways. So first tip, what is it that you'd really like? What is it that you want in your life? What are you manifesting? Is it a financial thing? Is it a material thing? Is it a relationship? Do you want to manifest self-love? Do you want to manifest a partner? Is there things around your home that you'd like to change? So first of all, mindset. Are you clear on what it is that you want to manifest? If you're trying really hard and you're like, I really want to manifest money for those school books because I need them for my study. However, I really desire that hot pair of shoes a little bit more. What are you actually working towards and manifesting? So mindset, what is it? And listening to the heart. Okay? Listen to the heart, because that's what the universe, I believe, listens to time and time again. An oldie but a goodie, and some of you remember this from Threefold Days when we used to have our nights where we do this, a vision board. So we can stay focused on what it is that we'd like to bring into our worlds. If we were, for example, manifesting a relationship, what do we want from that? And make sure you list all the things that you'd like from that relationship. You'd like to have respect. Obviously, we want love there. Do we need someone with a sense of humor and understanding? Do you want someone that comes in, balanced with you, as in, you match financially or securely with things, with homes and things like that? I don't think that's a problem if that's what you need to feel happy in a relationship, but asking what it is that you want to bring in. What kind of person do you want to bring in? Someone that you're attracted to. Really write that list down, because if we're sitting there saying to the universe, oh, I just want a partner, any partner, universe is like, that's really easy. We got thousands of just people that we can send you. What it's about is really niching that list of what it is that you would like. Hi, Davina. And Deborah. Oh, we got a lot of Debs coming in. So having a look at that manifestation, what is it that I'd like to manifest? What is your list? All right. And then what do you truly believe you deserve? Lift that bar, guys. You deserve everything your heart desires. I don't think it's ego to ask for things to better your life or to feel better about things or manifesting something for somebody else. You can also be doing that as well. So vision boards are a great idea, especially if you're looking at what would I like to bring in for the next 12 months. It might be peace. It might be self-love. It might be a job promotion. It might be extra money for something. It might be a holiday. It might be that you'd like a friend or a companion or a lover, anything like that. What is it that you're manifesting on a nice vision board? Because we want to touch base with this as often as we can. We want to stay in touch with what we're manifesting So a vision board is great because, if it's in your kitchen or it's on your fridge or it's in your bedroom, every time you look at it, you're reminding yourself and you're reminding the universe what you're manifesting. Lists are a fantastic idea. I love a whiteboard marker and my mirrors at home. I often write up quotes on there or what it is that I'm manifesting and what I want to bring into my world. So a vision board is a fantastic way to be able to do that. Journaling also is a great way because we're trying to find a way to communicate with the universe, okay? Letting it get out there what it is that we need. And also, something else about manifestation is if you were to want to manifest becoming a teacher, or maybe you want to become a mechanic, or maybe you'd like to become a vet, you're not just going to wake up the next day with the uniform in your wardrobe. That's not quite how manifestation works. You do have to do something. I know, right? We don't want to. We just want it to appear. We all do. But we can't. We do have to manifest that next step. Okay, so it's about going, what do I need? Break down your list. I think that's really important. It's hard for us to also see those steps. If you're going, okay, I want to change my career. I want to become a teacher, and going, but how can that possibly be? Let's break that all the way down to that first step. Okay, let's find out some information. So that first thing might be manifest me somebody who can come into my world and help me with how to become a teacher. Manifesting the information that you need to come in. Law of attraction, bringing it in. How often have you thought about wanting to do something several times and been curious about it, and the next minute you bump into somebody who knows something about that, or it's on the front page of the paper, or it's around you? The universe will bring that in. So vision board's important because it keeps it alive. I think you've got to keep your vision, keep your manifestation alive. Lists in journals, because that's a really good way to communicate with yourself, because sometimes we're manifesting something and then we realize, hang on a minute, I want to change that. And we can change things. You're in control of this, remember. Working with the moon, we talked about this last week's show. The full moon, it's coming up to that new moon as well. That's when we really want to plant our seeds with the universe about what it is that we want to grow. Visualization, like I mentioned, just visualizing yourself doing that thing or having that thing, believing it, make that vision real. And your words, how you use your words is very important. If I was to become a teacher, it sounds very different to when I become a teacher or I am a teacher. These words for the universe, we have to make sure we're putting them in the right order just a little bit. Like I said, we don't just want any man. We don't just want any woman or any human to come into our world. We want this kind of person to come in. So when it comes to money, I suggest maybe even, obviously we want money because we want to create something like a holiday or a home or, food in the cupboard at the moment. Maybe it's just buying some petrol, because we all know we're trying to manifest money for petrol because that's ridiculous, or even just electricity or food, just general living. Having that idea of, okay, I want to bring this amount of money in. Universe, show me how I can do that. That's also a very interesting thing to be able to do. I've had to do that from time to time. Something I may be trying to manifest, I have no idea about, or how it's going to come in. So I will ask the universe, and show me, bring me this in. So obviously visualization, working with the moon, journaling is a fantastic idea, having your vision board, getting your list right as well. Sometimes you want to tweak it, like I said, and change it, and you can do that, but it's really hard to listen to the heart when the head is racing, especially if we're asking to manifest something out of desperation. I think that's really hard too. It's like, oh my God, this has happened. I need this immediately. And there's this desperation that will just take whatever. Remembering, listening to your heart. If we're just asking for enough money to pay the rent, then that's what's going to come in. I'm sure you've all manifested in the past, even if you haven't realized. But it is something that kind of we forget about, or it goes to the wayside when we're just trying to get through our day, which we all are at the moment. Like I said, I'm not sure what's going on in astrology. I haven't had chance much over the last week to really look into it. But, that idea that we're just getting through the day, and then when we're desperately in need for something, then all of a sudden we want to manifest. Then all of a sudden we're finding out who our God is and what we believe in, because we are praying for everything to happen. And that's really a difficult way, I guess, to manifest, that trying to get something instantly. I think the idea more about getting your vision board. What do you want over the next 12 months? Giving yourself time to work towards that, working towards the steps for that. A lot of people have seen me manifest things in my lives, because I have many of them. But where I've sort of gone, look, I don't know how I'm going to make that happen. Threefold is a brilliant example. The shop, at Sandgate, of manifestation. No idea how I was going to start that. And then putting it out to the universe and going, hey, we need a premises. We need the carpets done, or we need this, or we need that, and letting it come in. And it came in such different ways. We needed the carpet fixed. We needed quite a few things doing in threefold. And I was like, universe, help us. We don't really have the money to be able to do it. And then at my home, funnily enough, the seal on the toilet broke and it flooded my house. And a wonderful person came out to fix that. We got chatting, was telling them my idea about threefold. And then they offered to come out and help fix the carpets. So it was almost like, how else was it going to happen? Was I going to pick that way to manifest it? No, but it was the quickest way for the universe to get somebody to me. And especially in threefold, things always just manifested and created. You've got to believe in it as well. If you're sitting there and saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to do a vision board and I'm going to put it up, but I bet it doesn't really happen. See what you're telling the universe? I bet this doesn't really happen. And the universe goes, oh, okay then. No worries. It doesn't need to happen. And the bar fridge, that was a classic moment. It was our opening day at Threefold, and we had mentioned that we didn't have a fridge, we didn't have an esky, we didn't have anything to keep some milk and some snacks or anything in. And I was like, well, we got no money to do this. Opened the front doors, and a gentleman came up to the front door, and he was like, hey, ladies, we're closing our shop today. Got this little bar fridge. Would you like it? And it was only a small, tiny fridge. That did us the 10 years we were there. It was a fantastic little fridge. It continued to work. And it came to the door. I didn't ask for a brand new fridge. I didn't ask for a huge stainless steel fridge. It was just like, oh, universe, we just need something for this. And it came in. So getting that mindset, like I said, what is it that you want to manifest? And, it's not just, oh, I'd like a job. It's like, I'd love a job that provides this for me. And what that would be. If you'd like to study, you can manifest, okay, I would like to manifest more concentration or focus or more time to be able to do those studies. I've asked the universe for strength in moments where I'm like, universe, you're going to have to help me manifest some strength and some courage. Can you please help me be strong enough to be able to do this? Some people pray, and that's to me another form of manifestation when we're talking to our gods and what we believe in. I don't mind how you get to it. It's just making sure that we're doing it. That's totally true, James. You don't get what you want if you don't ask. It's like working with angels. When people talk to me about that and they're like, well, I'm in desperate times right now. Why don't I feel like the angels are around me and communicating with me and helping me? Because they need your free will. You need to ask them to come on board and help you, and they will. But they're just waiting for us to ask for that assistance, because we do have that free will. And I think it's the same with manifestation. But if you're sitting there going, okay, I really want to manifest some money to help pay the rent, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to be broke. I'm going to be evicted. This is all going to happen. That's what your heart believes is happening. That's what you're telling the universe is truth. Okay, and the ability to be able to get that rent money is a wish and a hope. So it's about dividing that as well and going, no, hang on. I'm going to trust and I'm going to believe that I'm going to manifest this and it's going to come in. It is a really hard thing to do. If you're putting your ATM card in the machine and it's spitting out that you've got $1, and you're like, universe, I'm just going to trust that you're going to help me manifest what I need this week. It's hard. It's hard to believe that it's going to happen. Okay, so manifestation a little bit tricky like that, because the heart has to be involved. Yeah, prayer, very effective. I think people sometimes get me the wrong way because they go, oh, you're not religious. And I go, no, well, I kind of am. I have my own religion. I grabbed a bit of this and a bit of that and I threw it all together. And that's what I believe in. I chat to, the universe and my gods and what works for me. And I think that's important for everyone. To me, if you've got religion in your life and it brings you hope and faith and it makes you feel good and you're not harming anybody, go for it. Do what you want to do. I don't mind what God's is that you speak to. It's just about what brings you hope as well. And remembering, it's not about just saying to the universe tonight, sitting down, writing a list and going, okay, universe, here it is. Here's what I want. And then putting the book away and forgetting about it and not working towards it. You might say, I would like this human to come into my world. I would like a partner that has these traits here, but they're not going to knock on the front door and just suddenly appear. Are you going to the places where that kind of person may be? Are you getting out and about so that person can come to you? If you're sitting there saying, I'd really like a loving relationship in my life, but your heart believes that doesn't exist, that loving relationships don't exist because of past experiences that you've had, I think it's going to be very difficult to manifest that because you don't believe it exists in the first place. So that can be a hard thing. It does work, but we forget about it, Katie, don't we? We often forget about the manifestation when things are pretty good and we're kind of cruising along, and that's another thing too. We don't just have to manifest when we're in desperation or when we have troubled times. We can manifest in the good times too. I've been manifesting something since the beginning of the year. I put out to the universe, hey, I'd really like to do this in August. It's going to cost me probably around this amount. Can you help me get there, please? And sort of, gave the universe how I was going to do that. And each step has slowly played out and slowly played out. And as that August kind of gets closer, I can see that this is manifesting in ways I wouldn't have believed it would have. Absolutely forgot. And moving forward with it. So using that, there are crystals that we can use for manifestation, of course. Like I said, working with the moon is a great way for manifestation. Anyone got a vision board going at the moment? Tell you what, they kind of disappeared over the last few years and all that inspiration that we had to move forward. The pandemic certainly hit everybody all in different ways. And I think a lot of our spirituality got put on hold and we kind of had to pull back and just survive each day, which we were all kind of doing. And the unexpected, how did we plan? How did we bring in a vision board if we didn't know if we were even going to be able to leave our homes and do those things? As we know, everything's opening up again and we're starting to move forward slowly, but we're moving forward. But I think a lot of people at the moment, a lot of my clients, and I'm seeing even in myself, it's like, oh, that's right. We've spent, the last couple of years just really planning, getting through today and this week because we didn't know what's coming. We didn't know what change was just around the corner. As now we can start to really make a few more plans, get a few more things in place, and getting out of that mindset of getting through the day. But mind you, that's particularly hard for a lot of us. Like I mentioned, I haven't really had a look at the astrology this week because, to be honest, I've had a tough week. I have them, quite often, and that energy was heavy over the weekend, and I really struggled with it actually yesterday as well. A lot of inner conflict going on, a lot of just emotion and that watery kind of energy around me, and really had to deal a little bit with my depression and anxiety more than I would have liked to. So having a look at all of those things when it comes to manifestation. Any questions about manifestation? What do you do? Crystal grids are a great way to manifest things as well, a different form. If you wanted to be able to speak your truth more, if you wanted to be able to have the throat chakra more balanced, creating a crystal grid that's got maybe some clear quartz around the outside and maybe a sodalite or a lapis there in the middle. Because remembering manifestation is not just about material things, it can also be about emotional things too. Oh, Emily, you bought the book, the Moonology book and cards. How good are they? The illustrations on those, I know I got them out last week, are just amazing. I love them to work with. So if you are a lover of the moon, and these have got great illustrations, these are great cards to have a look at. And actually, I was thinking maybe in the next show or the one after, I might do a night where I might ask you all to bring your cards along or have your cards with you, and we might turn some cards together, and I can show you a few spreads on how you can turn your cards, working with them. I have some wonderful questions that have been sent to me via the email, askravencooper@gmail.com, about that as well. So I think that might be a really good idea for an upcoming show where we can have a look at the cards. Oh, Tamika, I did my crystal grid with lapis lazuli, one of my favorite crystals. I love me some blue lapis with that pyrite through that's got like that gold going through it, and rose quartz, brilliant for just about everything. Yeah, that's fabulous. And actually, I'm going to be teaching a workshop coming up. I haven't advertised it yet, so this is a bit of its debut. Coming up on the 23rd of July, I'm going to be doing Crystals, Auras and Dreams workshop. And with that workshop, you're going to receive some crystals to take home with you and a grid to work with and explaining those crystals. We're going to look at auras. We're going to look at how you can feel and sense them and see them, clearing them, cleansing them, all those questions about auras. And then we're going to look at some dream work as well. That's coming up on, like I just mentioned, just looking at my calendar, the 23rd of July. And also, while I'm talking about workshops and before we start turning cards, I have my chakra workshop coming up this weekend. I have very few spaces left. It's only $85. It's 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. You're going to get the 7 chakra crystals, the cage, the workbook, and we're going to look at how the chakra system works, how you can clear those blockages, why you continue to do the same patterns, and how you can move forward in life with different things, and how the energy flows through our chakras, because sometimes, you're thinking to yourself, my intuition's out. Why can't I see where I'm going? I'm lacking clarity. And remembering, and this is what the workshop is about, energy flows from the ground up through our chakras. So if we have blockages in those lower chakras, we can't get clarity in our third eye because there's not enough energy getting to it. So I have that coming up this Saturday at Strathpine. So if you would like to come along, please just message me either through Facebook. You can email me. You can text me. I will put the details about this video once it's finished for those that want to get on board. Yes, we are and have been talking about manifestation. So I will run through those again for those of you that missed it and those of you that would like to maybe take some notes. So getting a clear mindset is very important when it comes to manifestation. What is it really that you're manifesting? And if you're starting off for the first time working with manifestation, maybe choosing something just a little smaller, something that you can focus on and you can see that play out so you get used to how these things kind of work. A vision board is a fantastic way of manifestation. Lists and journals is a great way to be able to do that. Working with the moon, like I said, we're coming up to that new moon shortly. So that's when we want to plant seeds. That's when we want to let the universe know what it is that we want to create. Oh yes, we should do the card night. I think that would be fantastic. Manifestation, like I said, you've got to listen to your heart, not your head. Because this is what we really believe we can have. So the head might go, oh, I deserve to have this wonderful career and make $1 million because that's what I need to buy the house that I want. But if your heart goes, but I don't think I'm actually capable of it, then we probably won't achieve it and we won't do those steps to move forward. If there is something that you want to do, break those steps down. Okay, what's the first step? Okay, universe, help me manifest that and help move forward with that one. Now, we're going to start turning cards shortly. We've been talking about manifestation now for about half an hour. So if you would like a general card tonight, I'm more than happy to turn those for you. Just pop your hello, Belinda. Pop that up on the screen. Just a general card, or maybe you've got a question about love or money. Or if you do say general card, we'll let the universe decide for you tonight. I want to manifest stronger muscles and a better mindset. Absolutely. And you can do that. I have often asked in my manifestations, and I'm never shy about talking about, the issues and the problems that I have in my own world. I ask the universe to help me with my anxiety, to be able to help me deal with that, or to bring in a better mindset and clarity, or can you give me, can we manifest the courage to attempt something? Yes, we can. We can ask the universe for that. Absolutely. Oh, yes, everyone's jumping on board for a card tonight. And I think our first one will be Tamika. So if you do have questions, please let me know if you have any more. I think manifestation too, it is as complicated as you want it to be. So let's just say that example for building bigger muscles, which I kind of love the example of, how do I do that? Well, maybe it's because if we're lacking motivation, then we can manifest that. Universe, can you bring me more motivation to help me get to that gym or to get, to the knowledge that I need to be able to do that. I know if I was looking at doing something like that, I keep thinking to myself, I need to put on my vision board, being able to get up earlier so that I can go for a walk, or manifesting time as well. Universe, can you help me find time for this? However, If you think to yourself, I want to change my career, I want to bring in some study, but I really don't have the time to do that, you need to think about that a little bit, because you may not have the time for study, but you do have the time to sit on your phone and play Candy Crush for 4 hours. Then you do have the time, but what are you actually showing the universe you're manifesting? That's very interesting as well. Or when it does bring it forward to you, do you take that opportunity? Because when the universe steps up and says, here it is, are you ready to take it? And take that chance, take that new leap to that new job. But like I said, if you decide you want to become a vet tomorrow and you're going to manifest that and you're like, okay, I want to become a vet, you're not just going to wake up the next day with that uniform in your wardrobe. You're going to have to start working towards it. All right, the list is growing, so I better start turning some cards. All right, I think we've got plenty for tonight. I haven't seen Dee's name come up tonight either. Dee is always a regular on the show. It's Dee's birthday. Happy birthday, Dee. So if you're watching this on replay, I hope you've had a fabulous day. All right, let's have a look. So our first one, we've got Tamika, and then we've got Jen. How have you all been feeling? How's the energy been feeling this week? All right, this first card is for Tamika. All right, Tamika, let's have a look. Do some speed reading today. We've got a lot of names on the list. Oh, Tamika, something you'd be good at. Here we go. This is my intuition card. Tricky card because it's exactly that. It's about trusting your intuition, your gut instinct. We had this Egyptian ankh here, so you're very, very protected, but you do have to maybe close the door to a few things, close the door to the past, maybe there, and trust your gut on the decisions that you have going on around you. Even if it looks good on paper, even if you're like, I know they said they're going to do it, or I just, things have been guaranteed, but my gut instinct is telling me otherwise. I need you to trust your intuition. Or maybe there's someone that stepped into your world, or there's something going on around you. If your gut instinct is screaming at you, or if your intuition is saying to you, hey, no, listen to me, I need you to listen to it, okay? This is the week for you to really listen to that intuition. All right, coming up next, we have Jen. Emily. What crystals are best for manifestation? There's lots of different. Clear quartz, always great for everything across the board. If you can only own one crystal, choose clear quartz. It has the spectrum in it. It has all of the colors of the rainbow in there. So we're covering all of the chakras. We're covering everything that we need. It's a bit of a battery pack too. If you add it to another crystal, it increases the energy. So making sure you're having a look at some clear quartz would be fantastic. I think lapis is fantastic for helping us speak us truth as well. Also connects a lot with the ankh as well, and you'll see lapis in a lot of Egyptian jewelry. I think that's a fantastic crystal to use. Smoky quartz is great also for manifestation. And you're going to actually receive some of those crystals this weekend. So that'll be fantastic for you to be able to use. You're very welcome, Tamika. Now we're up to Jen. Jen Cat, let's have a look. Here's your card. Partnerships and alliances. Somebody may like you to come and work on their team, or they're offering you a position, or they're asking you to come on board with them. 3, we've got this number of creation here. This is not a relationship card, so we're not looking at lovers here. We're looking at a partnership or an alliance. So someone who wants you to be on their team, a great offer, usually around work, or an opportunity here. I love this, and they really got your back, but it could create something new for you here. 3, that number of creation. That's some good news, I reckon, Jen. I like that card. I will have to check in on that. Belinda. Oh, they're jumping today. They're jumping around. Let's have a look. A little technical problem here. Couldn't quite see. There we go. Now we can see. Who did I just mention now? Belinda. Let's have a look. How you going, Belinda? Are you good? Oh, the Triumph card, Belinda. This is a really big card, bit major for me when it's got this black border on it. And here we have this person coming out of this battle. And what for me this card is all about is you're going to have to be a one-person army right now. It's hard. Okay, and you've got to get through this battle. You can do it and you will triumph through this, but there's only one person here. There's no other army. You're going to have to battle through this on your own, but you are going to get to the other side of this and have benefit from it. You're going to triumph. But also remembering once the battle is over that you do need to get off the horse and have a rest and have a break. But you will triumph. You will, but a little bit there is that you are going to have to maybe do it one-woman army. You might have to battle through this yourself, but it will be worth it because you will have triumph. Oh, my camera's going a bit weird tonight. Oh, we should do that subject one night. We should talk about paranormal. How much fun would that be? Okay, Sharon coming up next. That's right, I'm just looking at my list here of people that I think for a card. Sharon. Right, let's have a look, Sharon. Let's see where I'm drawing. Going to take this card here. Ooh. You're welcome, Belinda. You're very welcome. Hey, Leanne, how are you going? Look at this card. Sharon, let's have a conversation. The Sacral Chakra. I love this card for you. This is about, our passions, our desires, how we feel in relationships, and how we see relationships, not love, not talking about self-love or empathy, or unconditional love. That's up here at the heart chakra. I'm talking about the sacral chakra just below your belly button. And this is all about, like I said, how do I feel in relationships? Bringing that sexy back a little bit too, feeling good about ourselves. What are we doing that we love? So a few things probably going to be coming into your world shortly that are going to make you feel that way, or maybe someone that makes you feel that way. But we can't always go through life. We have those responsibilities to pay our bills, to do the things that we need to do, but also sometimes doing things that we love and our passions and our creativity, but also, feeling sexy about ourselves. This is a very important card for that as well. So good card, Sharon. Could be a good week. I like that. I like it a lot. Miss Paula, let's turn a card for you. Thanks for coming along tonight. Gee, we've got a few people popping up here. Yes, Leanne, we've got you down on the list as well. All right. Miss Paula, let's have a look. Oh, Sharon, you are very welcome. That's a great card. I love it. Go do a salsa class or something. All right, let's have a look. All right, Paula. Going to go down to this one. Ooh, triumph and success. We're getting some variety of cards this week. I'm loving it. So, Paula, you may have felt as if you have been a little bit buried alive. The world has been very heavy, and you're trying to be digging your way out here, and you are going to dig your way out, and you're going to break new ground. So maybe some new opportunity here, or doing something different. That could be in life, work, relationships, but breaking new ground, one new direction. It is blue, so making sure, you're almost having triumph in speaking your truth. Maybe you've this would be a good card if you decided to maybe go speak your truth with someone and confront them about something or sort something out. You kind of went in there and broke new ground and got it worked out. But for you also maybe in business, breaking new ground and new things coming in. But this card does tell me that for a little while, maybe feeling a little bit buried alive, not quite sure what we were doing, a bit lost in the dark, but now having this breakthrough come in, new direction, keep speaking your truth. Okay, trust yourself. You have this. I love this card for you, Paula. Well done. All right, let's have a look. Gee, we're doing well tonight. Emily, let's have a look. All right, Emily. Oh, I'm going to go down this way. Okay, let's. Things are going to happen quickly. I love this card. I only have one card in this deck that controls time, and it's this card, and it's saying here accelerated motion. Things are going to start turning around really, really fast. So she feels like she's on the outside looking in almost at her life, watching it sort of go past because things are happening quite quickly. It can feel very surreal, but just expect some sudden and quick change. So if you've been working towards things, maybe you have been manifesting things and kind of waiting for them to play out. Right now it can be when everything kind of goes into fast forward and things kind of catch up. But it may feel a little bit surreal because things are happening so fast. But lovely card. And like I said, one of those ones that really just controls time, and things going to happen quick. Quick, Emily. Better get your running shoes on. Things are going to change. All right, what are we up to now? James, what are you up to, man? What are you up to? What you doing? You've been doing some healings and readings, hey? All right, James, let's spread these cards out. All right, let's have a look. I'm going to go down here, I think. This one here. Do my hand. Ooh, now this card's already been out tonight, but I love seeing this for you, James, because I think you've been on a bit of a roller coaster lately. Let's have a look at this one here, the Sacral Chakra. I just spoke about it. Time to start doing what you love. You know, getting that confidence back, that fire in our belly, our passions. Okay, like I said, bringing our sexy back a little bit, feeling good about ourselves. But what is it that you love? You know, what is it that you do that you love? What brings that fire in your belly? How do you feel about the relationships around you at the moment? Maybe those starting to feel a little bit better, but just getting a lot of our confidence back too here. And like I mentioned before, our sexy back, our creativity, getting that fire in our belly back. So hopefully you've had some good things turn around for you, and now you're like, yep, I'm back, I'm motivated, I'm going to get into this, I'm going to make it happen. So a great card. Time to move forward and get back into those passions, especially if we've been able to sort out, I guess, you know, home, work, money, security, all of those life things that we have that are very, very important that we need. This card says, but also don't forget the things that you love to do. And doing things for yourself as well. But a good card. I like it. I like it. Dancing is good for the sacral chakra. Sex is good for the sacral. Sex is good for anything, really. But for the sacral chakra, let's have a look. Just checking my list. So we've got, is it Tizana? Tizana? Am I pronouncing that right? You'll know it's you. Let's have a look for a card here. Yes, Emily, very exciting. It's a good card. I'm keen to find out what Sharon and James are going to do with their sacral chakra card. It's going to be interesting. And sometimes too, you might be on here and just watching, and sometimes you're getting the messages as well. Maybe there's things tonight that are coming up in the cards that you need to also hear. So again, we've got Tizana. Let's have a look. Ooh, the Harmony card. Again, I love all of my cards, even the ones that maybe aren't so positive, because they will bring in change regardless. But this is my Harmony card, and this says to me that maybe that fairy tale is coming your way. However, just like all fairy tales, yeah, well done, James. You keep working with that. You keep moving forward. Like we said, you know, one pebble at a time. We're still going to fill the bucket, right? So with this one here, the Harmony card, this is all about, and this one here was for Tizana. This is my fairy tale card, and I explain this sometimes, well, almost every week if it comes up. When we look at fairy tales and we look at harmony, and we've got these lovely fairy lights here and all of this that's going on, you know, we think this is about the happily ever after. This is about the fairy tale. This is like Cinderella. But remembering, to get to that fairy tale, to get to where we needed to be at the end, Cinderella had to go through a whole lot of crap to get there. 85% of the movie is really hard work. And then she gets that lovely ending there where her Prince Charming comes in, you know, and it's all butterflies and rainbows and everything's gorgeous. But remembering, Cinderella got herself to the ball. You know, she got herself there. She made, you know, a pumpkin. She manifested. There's a queen of manifestation. You know, a pumpkin into a carriage, a dress. She got herself out of that castle. She got herself to the ball, and then that person turned up. So it's almost like saying here, yes, the harmony is coming, but I'll tell you what, once it comes in, once this fairy tale steps in, you're going to have a great story to tell. Just like a fairy tale like Cinderella, there will be a lot of hard work, maybe some heartache, but you can look at the positive here that we are going to get this wonderful blessing in the end. Somebody coming in here, a lovely relationship. What a great card. I want that one. Miss Katie, I have been seeing your things on Facebook with your little bird that's very, very cute. And again, the winter solace tonight, everybody, or today, should I say, happy winter solace. As of tomorrow, we get a little bit more light every day. The light's coming back in again. I do like the winter time, though. I do like the darkness. So for me, it's a bit like, oh, it's over already. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. All right, Katie, let's have a look. Okay, go down here. Katie, I love this card. Look at this. Love begins. Okay, and this is about loving the journey, about life again. This is all that water here. This is about getting ready for love begins. So maybe somebody coming into your world here, new direction, someone that we haven't had in our life before, coming in and bringing in this lovely relationship. It's very emotional. This could be a lover or a friend that's going to come in, two people coming together. They haven't been together before, but bringing in this lovely watery journey that we want to see. Now, this can be a very slow card. This can take a long time. The rain's got to get from the top of the mountains, all the way down to the rivers, all the way down to the ocean. This is going to take a while. This is an emotional journey here. But also with this card, I often see people start waking up in the morning again going, I'm starting to love my life again. I'm starting to love things again. But someone definitely coming in there for you to be able to bring some gorgeous love and support. I really like this card. That's lovely for you, Katie. It really is. I love that. Deborah! How are you? I do hope you're well. Looking fabulous. I know I've actually seen your car around as well. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, let's have a look. Okay, I'm going to go down to Deborah. I'm going to go to this one. Okay. Another green card, another heart card. It is a beautiful card, Katie. It is. This one here is discontent and boredom. And it's saying here for you at the moment, Deborah, that he's a bit bored in his castle. He's looking at his castle and he's like, it's a bit dark here. I'm just looking at the same thing all the time. And it's not that I'm not grateful for my castle, but I am looking at the same thing. And so he is grateful, but he's just starting to get a little bit bored and a little bit discontent here around the heart. And what he needs to do is if he just turns around and looks at his situation differently, actually, there's a whole world out there. There are other castles. There's a lot going on. But at the moment, he's been a little bit too focused on the one thing or that one space. And he just needs to turn around and look at things differently. So this message with this card is around the heart. If you've got some boredom and discontent, just turn around and look at your situation differently. Maybe this is perspective that we need to look at. But there is other castles and other adventures there. So don't get too stuck in that corner. Take a look around. See what else is about. So not a terribly bad card. It's just kind of saying maybe this about perspective. What else we can look at and what we can turn around and see. All right, and we've got Margaret Henry here for a reading as well for a card. Let's have a look. I'm hoping we've got everybody. The names jumped up pretty quickly tonight. Let's have a look. Margaret, let's check this out. Oh, I'm going to go this card here. Again, the intuition card. I love this. So, Margaret, at the moment, go inwards. What's your gut telling you? What's your intuition telling you? What's the universe showing you? Trust that at the moment. If you've got people coming into your world and you've got to make a decision about them, don't maybe listen to their words. Maybe listen to your intuition and what that's telling you. If you've got decisions around work or practical decisions, even though it may look good on paper, maybe you need to trust that gut instinct a little bit more. This card tells me that you have great intuition, lots of protection there. We've got that Egyptian ankh, but also here, she's having to go inwards and trust herself. So this week, trust your intuition. I think that's going to be super important. Can be hard to do sometimes because sometimes our intuition, we don't like what it's telling us. And I think that's the hardest thing when we're listening to our intuition, because in our minds, we're like, well, I really want to like that person, but my gut's saying, maybe I need to step back. My intuition's saying, no, there's something going on here. So listening to it, particularly hard to do if it's not telling us, the answer that we wanted, but do trust your intuition over the next week. Leanne, let's turn you a card. These are good cards tonight. Feeling good tonight. What are we all going to manifest? What do we want to bring into our worlds? All right, let's have a look. Okay, Leanne, let's get a card. Oh, down here. Let's take this one. Rejoice in celebration. I love this. You're going to have some social events coming up. Often maybe we might get an invite to a wedding or an engagement. We're going to be celebrating loves. It's a bit like the Three of Cups here and 3 here. Creation of something new. Maybe we're seeing results from something. So like I said, social events, people coming together. This is a bit like cheers. How are you going? And celebrating, like rejoice in celebration around the heart. So celebrating people or an event or an anniversary or a birthday. But love this card for you. So some good celebration coming around. Good for the heart chakra. Good for that love. But maybe lots of invitations, like I said, or a wedding or an engagement around you that you may hear about, or a birthday, or just to get together, just people, just like this card, coming together and enjoying each other's company and spending time together. So some celebrations around. Oh, these have been pretty good tonight. I'm liking all of these cards. Definitely going to turn a general card for everybody for the week. For those of you that didn't get a chance to put your name on. Oh, thanks, Paula. I'm glad that made a lot of sense for you. This is looking good. So manifestation. I'm going to run through it again just quickly. Visualization. Okay. And also mindset. What are we manifesting? Okay, and can we commit to manifesting that over a period of time, even if it's days, or it could be weeks, but giving it that commitment, letting it grow, planting that seed, that vision board, because we don't want to just keep reminding the universe, but we want to remind ourselves as well where we're going, and we can add to that vision board over time. Meditation is a great way, visualizing ourselves with what it is that we're manifesting. So if it is something like courage, even just, when it comes to courage, fantastic meditation would be the solar plexus. But also going, I want to bring this courage in. Maybe it's because you have to do some public speaking. So, manifesting that through visualization, doing those practices so that you're feeling more confident when it appears as well. Making sure we're listening to our heart when it comes to manifestation, keeping a journal so we can keep track of it. The only way to really build trust with things is to see results. It's a bit like when people start reading and they start giving out messages, they start, turning cards or using their intuition. I've used that as a way and an example before when you're wanting to develop your intuition. Sometimes we need to be writing it down so that we get validations. And we're like, oh yeah, right, that happened. It's like that with manifestation as well. The more you see it start to happen, the more you start to see it come into the world, the more you're going to believe it. Okay, and the more you're going to work on it. I think, like I mentioned before, it's very hard if you come in straight at the top and go, I want to win First Division Lotto. So does the rest of Australia. So long list, hard. So if this is you trying manifestation for the first time, and this is you getting used to how it feels and what works for you and what you work with, start with something maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe it's you'd like to be able to get that new pair of shoes that you'd really like. Universe, I need this amount of money, or I'd like these shoes. How could they come in? And maybe they're a gift. Maybe they're a prize. Maybe you win them. Maybe a friend has a pair and they don't fit and they offer them to you. It's about also allowing, I think, the universe to bring you what you want in many different ways instead of niching it down to one particular way. And again, we will have a look at the new moon when it comes in. So let's have a look here. Gee, they're jumping for a general card. Just keeping an eye on them to make sure they're not too bad. No, they were good cards. But I do want to pick one out for the rest of the week for everybody. So I am thinking, if you do let me know, like I said, you can email me at askravenscooper@gmail.com. You can send me a message. You can send it through Threefold's Facebook. But I am thinking of maybe next week or the week after doing a night where everybody brings their cards along. and has them with them, then they would be able to turn cards and even to give themselves a reading as well. And I can show you how to be turning those cards, how you can bring them together. And it doesn't matter whether you have a tarot deck or an oracle deck or an angel deck. It doesn't matter which cards you use. But being able to look at these spreads and how we can work with them, I think that would be a great idea. A great idea. Been a bit tired the last few days too. I wonder if that winter solace, that energy has a little bit to do with it. All right. The light comes back tomorrow. Yeah, I think learning to turn your cards and work with them, Katie, is a great idea. Let's have a look at general card for everybody for the week. Okay. We're going to go down here to this one. The crown chakra. Very interesting. We've talked about this and when we just talked about manifestation as well. So the crown chakra, our chakra on the top of our head, what connects us to the universe, to our gods, to what it is that we believe in. It's about wholeness. It's about oneness. It's about being comfortable in your skin. It's about wisdom. It's really about again, that oneness, that wholeness within yourself. So maybe this week, working on our crown chakras a little bit, getting our connection back with the universe. You know, even if manifestation sounds a bit big for you at the moment and vision boards and, you know, crystal grids or lists for the universe or making those decisions, maybe we just need to come down to some simple little things. You know, cup of tea and a chat with the universe. Never hurt anybody. You know, just that little bit of time for self, wholeness, and going back to our beliefs, what we believe in. Like I've said before, I don't care if you have to stand on your head and sing jingle bells. If that manifests something for you, that works for you, then that's what you should do. Because it's about what works for you. Everybody is individual with a lot of these things when we're looking at manifestation or turning cards, or we're looking at developing our intuition or working with different things. Quite often we find our own way to deal with it. It's like when we're looking for messages. Some people it's numbers, some people it's number plates, sometimes it's feathers, sometimes it's butterflies, sometimes, you know, it's songs. We have to learn our own way and our own language to communicate with the universe. So here, this week, a lot to do with our connection with our gods or our universe, our wholeness, our oneness, and how we feel about self a little bit too. I like this card. You know, I'll come back next week and give me all of your good news about the way the universe showed you things. And I'm always interested to hear that as well. If you are working on manifesting something right now and that's been coming in for you, let me know. People love to hear the good stories about that and moving forward. But remembering, when you are manifesting, you know, we quite often ask for the bare minimum. There's no rules. Okay, it's not, I'll just ask for enough money to pay the rent because that would make it okay. Why not manifest a little bit more so you can have a comfortable lifestyle, you know? Or maybe we're manifesting that we'd like to be a month ahead in our rent so we don't feel that anxiety anymore. Being able to work on those kinds of things. So that's what I mean about think about what it is that you want to manifest and then maybe add a little bit. You should always add a little sugar, right? You can never have enough sugar. We love it. I hope tonight was helpful. I hope you've enjoyed your winter solace. Please don't forget that I have my workshop coming up this weekend, and I will be advertising my new workshop coming up on the 23rd of July. That will be Crystals, Auras, and Dreams. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a great workshop, and I will be putting all the details up there as well. If you have topics that you would like to cover, again, askravencooper@gmail.com or message me through Facebook, YouTube. It doesn't matter. You'll be able to get in contact with me. I'm always checking the messages so we can look at different subjects to cover. I have had a great time tonight. How fast this hour goes. Oh, gratitude to all of you as well. I love this. I love a Tuesday night. I love getting on here and having a chat with you all, and that you all join in and participate. And we're all starting to come together with this. This is great. So let me know the subjects that you'd like to cover. Have a great week. Good luck with your manifestation. You got this. Write a list, write a big list, write a little list. It's okay. Let's just start with a few things. And like I said, I use it for many different things with manifestation. But I think sometimes it's about realizing that you do also have to make the steps towards it. We can't just ask for something and expect it to appear on the doorstep. So have a great week. Look after yourselves. As always, I will be back next week, and I will be putting up shorts and more little videos on the YouTube as well. So there'll be plenty of things on there. Look after yourselves. Have a great night, and I will see you all See you next